A man in San Marcos runs a car dealership and repair shop in his backyard. Now he helps run the city. He was sworn in as a city council member last night. Another council member is requesting an investigation to find out if the city is failing to enforce code violations. KXAN investigator Jody Barr looks into questions about this position of power.
The allegations are that a re-elected councilman's operating an illegal car dealership right in the middle of a city neighborhood. It's something the city spent 4 years investigating.
I was in a too big of a rush and a tire hit right here on the yard.
That one poor parking job earned Richard File a visit from San Marcos code enforcement officers. It was just one of 14 visits to his Hilltop Road home in the last 2 years.
This was thrown out. That's a copier, and it works.
He admits it's not like they don't have a reason to visit. His front yard is littered with treasures he scoops up off city streets to carry home to restore. File says he got a ticket last month for violating the city's lot maintenance ordinance and another for illegal parking a few months ago. Do you think there are more pressing issues across the city than you missing your driveway?
I would hope so.
File is one of the 66 code violations across the city since 2017. It's the same time frame the city spent investigating this car dealership tucked inside a neighborhood where the city says it doesn't belong.
He told me somebody complained and they're just looking into it. That's what I heard about it.
Okay.
And that was in 2017. We're in 2020 now.
Shane Scott was a council member for 5 years until 2015, and now he's back on the council again. He owns the dealership and auto repair business. Scott says he's zoned for it. The city says he's not. Code officers first discovered Scott's dealership in 2017 after the police department found unregistered cars parked along his street. There's one still parked there when we visited the dealership this week. The city sent Scott a notice of violation back then, something he claims he never got. Subject line is Shane Scott's property.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Yeah.
We obtained internal city emails detailing what the city of San Marcos did with the violation over the past 4 years. We found just 2 months after the initial complaint, the planning department told code enforcement the city's not moving forward with any enforcement following a meeting with the city manager's office. The case went cold until another complaint came in 2019, then another earlier this year. The emails show the city's code enforcement office wanted to prosecute Scott and others in his neighborhood, but couldn't, with one staffer writing, "We are unable to conduct any code compliance in his neighborhood because all of his neighbors know he is in violation."
And sure enough, it's, now here in broad daylight, that they were seemingly intentionally not pursuing a code enforcement violation against a former city councilman.
Councilman Maxfield Baker was the only member of council to agree to interview with us. Baker asked the mayor and city manager to put the Shane Scott investigation on the agenda and open an investigation into why the city spent years on this. Neither, he says, agreed to do so.
The reason that this has been prevented, at least from being resolved in nearly 4 years, you believe there's something inside the city that needs to be investigated?
Those emails make it pretty clear that there was a staff member waving her hands, trying to do everything they could to bring this to account and to make sure that, as part of code enforcement, that they're doing their job in an equitable fashion. And the emails you sent us corroborate the fact that they haven't been willing to do that.
Well, neither the mayor nor the city manager would agree to interview with us. Instead, the city issued a statement confirming the city is still reviewing what to do here and that it's no closer to deciding whether it'll carry out an enforcement action against the councilman. The city also has not given us a timeline on when it plans to finish its 4-year-long review. Jody Barr, KXAN Investigates.
Do you have something you want us to look into? We want to hear from you. You can email us at reportit@kxan.com.